want to be a rapper. Everybody want to be a motherfucking rapper.
Before Roddy Ricch would receive endorsements from DJ Mustard, Ebro, Nipsey Hussle, RJ, O3 Greedo, and get to work with Meek Mill. Before Roddy Ricch's track Die Young, produced by London on the Track, would clock in over 5.78 million plays on Soundcloud and over 10 million plays on YouTube at the time of this recording. Before Roddy Ricch would drop tracks F It Up, Chase the Bag, Hood Rich, and my personal fave titled Before the Fame.
I just been ballin' out every season, knowing some niggas I left in the beach. I just been married to double cup, I gotta pour me a 4 inside another liter.
I was cruising through Roddy Ricch's Twitter account to compile this video, and I saw that he was a spectator standing in a crowd watching a Migos show just last year. Now this year he's become one of the most popular up-and-coming rappers coming out of the West Coast. His track Die Young leaped off of SoundCloud and started getting radio play, becoming a massive viral hit. Now in this era of SoundCloud rappers, Roddy Ricch, he stands out from the pack because he ain't with no hair dye or face tattoos. He's also coming straight out of Compton, which gives him a rawness and experience, having dealt with some of the harsher realities of street life. He's also coined himself an illustrator of the streets. I also found this video on Roddy Ricch's Twitter, and it's a song he once played at his funeral.
Just say, I really miss my wigger. Back to the song.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Michael McCredden, documenting the come-up story of Roddy Ricch, part of fame. Here for you, of course, before they were famous. And this is going to be a shorter video because there's limited amount of information released on this artist. When that happens, we will update the video when more info becomes available. In fact, the Treyway video, shoddy, that video needs an update. If you want that or something else, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. Now let's get into Roddy Ricch. Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell. Boom! Roddy Ricch was born on October 24th, 1998, and he calls Compton, California his home. Roddy Ricch doesn't like to give too many details about his early years, but he did open up to Passion of the Weiss. He talked about his grandmother, who was from Louisiana, who immersed him in Southern culture.
I grew up down the street from my grandma, so, you know, all the foods and how she talked and everything, it just kind of rubbed off. It just kind of rubbed off on me.
One of Roddy's early indicators about his interest in music was sparked by trips to the local church with his mother and his grandmother. It was there he would often hang out with Kendrick Lamar. He stated, "I knew he was gonna blow up before he blew up, just the way he carried himself and the way his mental was. Artists like him made me think about being lyrical." Other musical influences include Young Thug, Future, Gucci, and local legend Eazy-E. He's also a big fan of Speaker Knockers, an up-and-coming rapper from South Carolina who passed away sadly in 2014. Now I've made a Before They Were Gone or Dead video on this artist in the past. Now the kid was blowing up online, he had multiple mixtapes, he also had a YouTube channel that was getting millions of views. He was approaching fame and fortune when then suddenly he passed away. Roddy has since connected with Speaker Knocker's friends and family, and they told him that they like his music and they can sense the influence. Now speaking on Speaker Knockers, Roddy Ricch had this to say, "I always appreciate his music and I just f with him being a young dude. Finessing out here, getting to it, doing what he gotta do to make it, so I f with his music." Of course, growing up in Compton wasn't just trips to the church. Young Roddy got mixed up in street life, and when he was asked by Say Cheese TV, well, he said he rolled with the Crips.
Okay. Did you grow up gang related or? Yeah. Can you want to talk about like how old did you start gang banging?
I mean, young, I was like running around with all the Crips, like all my cousins, like all my family, like Crips.
In his interview with the website Passion of the Weiss, he spoke more about this. "Not to say I don't f with Bloods, but it's just like I just f with a lot of the Crip movement because it's a lot of people who feel like we so divided, and Bloods, they stick together. Crips don't. So I just try and stay with the dudes that's doing something from my side." Roddy's been rapping for 8 years. The first song he started spitting to was to Rick Ross's Push It to the Limit, but when he was younger, he still wasn't convinced that music would be a way for him to make some money. He saw a lot of guys grinding it out as artists, but they weren't making no bread. And for Roddy, well, that was pretty important. Now, 2 major events would unfold that would change all this. First off, well, he got kicked out of his mom's house when he was around 15 or 16.
When I got older, like I jumped off the porch. I got kicked out of my mom's house when I was like 15, 16. So then I started like getting in the street for real.
From then on out, the kid was hungry. He rapped about these tougher times in tracks like Baby Boy Struggle, and well, The kid had it rough. 16 on my own, young dude being broke, trying had to rob dudes. Cause I ain't even have a phone. I'm just trying to be a man, got me feeling all alone. Ain't nobody show the right side, so I had to go and do some wrong. Obviously, it's a lot better coming from Roddy, you should check out the song. Now with money being so tight, it appears that Roddy, he turned to a life of crime. He also spent some time in Atlanta, but I couldn't figure out exactly what he was doing there. He said he had a dude put a 150 on him. I'm not sure what that means, so if you do, let me know in the comments down below. His first project, Feed the Streets, would drop in November of 2017, but before Roddy could enjoy the fruits of his labor, his street hustle would catch up to him, and he got sent to jail for a couple weeks. But while he was locked up, another inmate, he told him that he had been f***ing with his music, which he was pretty surprised to hear because he only dropped it a few weeks earlier.
It was kind of different for me to like get that response, but I was in jail though.
Damn.
So I was like, man, I'm in jail. It's different. Like, how is knowing who I am in jail?
And I'm in here.
Yeah.
Now, jail was a massive wake-up call for Roddy. He hated the smell. He stated that jail is weak, and it gave him the final push he needed to start taking his music career seriously. Plus, the more time he spent in prison, well, the more he realized how popular he had become.
When you in jail, you move from tank to tank to tank.
Yep.
So like, he knowing me, they know him.
Damn.
So I'm just like, I'm in a place where I ain't even supposed to be.
tripping.
You feel me? Like, I gotta just get up out of here. Like, this ain't really for me.
Of course, he already had the right contacts. He had boys who had a studio, and they knew he had serious talent. He could put together a song in 25 to 30 minutes, literally putting together 5 or 6 in a night. There was also a rawness and a realness to what he rapped about. He had friends who were locked up or who had passed away, and he decided not to hold back about the truths of street life. He refers to himself as an illustrator of the streets, and he speaks on behalf of his uncles, his cousins, and his homies, well, who can't rap for themselves. Die Young was recorded in July of 2018, initially posted to Soundcloud, and from there it blew up and was absolutely everywhere. I mean, I can't even get in my car and turn on SiriusXM without hearing this at least like every half an hour. It's a great track, congrats on all your success. Of course, my name is Michael McCrudden, and the rest of the story, I guess we'll have to wait and see, because this is before they're famous. Now, if you're new to this channel, be sure to hit subscribe, let us know who you want me to document next. How about Flip De Niro? I think that could even be a versus. Anyway, you let me know in the comments down below. See you guys in another video. Boom!